Lesson today. My target language is English. My students are middle schoolers. They are ages 14 in 8th grade. It is an after-school tutoring session at their home. The linguistic focus is lexicon or vocabulary, and the learning objective is homographs. Hello, class. Today as we begin, I'm going to go turn up our music today. Today I have chosen waltzes for us to relax our minds and get us comfortable. And today, this week's focus picture is titled Breathe, because no matter how stressed out you might be, I want you to always remember that it's okay to make mistakes and to take a deep breath. So, can we take a deep breath? Inhale, exhale. And one more time. Inhale, exhale. Good job. This photo will be here in case you ever need a reminder to breathe. But today is going to be a good lesson and a fun day. I'm going to start off with a dialogue that we have been reading. So we're going to continue from where we left off last week. But first, I'm going to turn down the music a little bit. What are you doing down here? I jump to my feet and whirl around. Gretchen stands a few steps behind me, staring. At least she isn't Grandma or Avery, who watched me at dinner last night like I was a puzzle for her to decipher. Avery's hair makes me nervous, unless it's in a shampoo advertisement. Hair should not be that shiny. Hello. Gretchen waves her hand in front of my face. Earth to Finley. Oh, hi. Hi. What are you doing out here? Nothing. Is that a question? My face grows hot. No, I was just looking around. I woke up early. I was afraid of using the wrong fork at breakfast. Gretchen stands behind me on the riverbank. Don't worry about the fork thing. Avery says that's one of the Hart family pretensions. It's not something that matters in the real world. The real world? The world outside the Hart house. She squints at me. Do you know what pretension means? A black and white grid flashes before my eyes. I hear Dad's voice mumbling over the Sunday New York Times crossword. Thinking of his voice feels like someone has reached inside me and twisted. Pretension, 10-letter word for snobbery, a claim to importance. It can also mean false. It's like when you're snobby about something, I explain. Okay, now I'm going to read it once more. And this time I would like you to follow along with the transcript I've provided you at the beginning of class. What are you doing down here? I jump to my feet and whirl around. Gretchen stands a few steps behind me, staring. At least she isn't Grandma or Avery, who watched me at dinner last night like I was a puzzle for her to decipher. Avery's hair makes me nervous, unless it's in a shampoo advertisement. Hair should not be that shiny. Hello. Gretchen waves her hand in front of my face. Earth to Finley. Oh, hi. Hi, what are you doing out here? Nothing. Is that a question? My face grows hot. No, I was just looking around. I woke up early. I was afraid of using the wrong fork at breakfast. Gretchen stands behind me on the riverbank. Don't worry about the fork thing. Avery says that's one of the Hart family's pretensions. It's not something that matters in the real world. The real world? The world outside the Hart house. She squints at me. Do you know what pretension means? A black and white grid flashes before my eyes. I hear Dad's voice mumbling over the Sunday New York Times crossword. Thinking of his voice feels like someone has reached inside me and twisted. Pretension, 10-letter word for snobbery, a claim to importance. It can also mean false. It's like when you're snobby about something, I explain. Okay, so now we're going to use the dialogue that's in the book, and I will be Finley, while you guys will be Gretchen. So, every time it is your turn to read, I will point to you guys, so you don't have to be nervous about when to start. Don't worry, you got this. And
What are you doing down here?
I jump to my feet and whirl around. Gretchen stands a few steps behind me, staring. At least she isn't Grandma or Avery, who watched me at dinner last night like I was a puzzle for her to decipher. Avery's hair makes me nervous. Unless it's in a shampoo advertisement, hair should not be that shiny.
Hello, Earth to Finley.
Oh, hi.
Hi, what are you doing down here?
Nothing.
Is that a question?
My face grows hot. No, I was just looking around. I woke up early. I was afraid of using the wrong fork at breakfast. Gretchen stands beside me on the riverbank.
Don't worry about the forks thing, Avery says. That's one of the Hart family traditions. It's not
Pretensions.
something that matters in the real world.
The real world.
The world outside the Hart house. Do you know what pretensions mean?
Pretension. Good job. A black and white grid flashes before my eyes. I hear my dad's voice mumbling over the Sunday New York Times crossword. Thinking of his voice feels like someone has reached inside me and twisted. Pretension, 10-letter word for snobbery, a claim to importance. It can also mean false. It's like when you're snobby about something. Good job on that dialogue, and we will pick back on that story next week. But for now, we are going to talk about homographs. Can anybody tell me what a homograph is?
It's a word that's the same exact thing but has two different meanings.
Yes, it's a word that sounds the same but can have two meanings. So, for this activity today, to get us loosed up and to give us an example to start off, I am going to be giving you a homograph, and I will act it out or I will provide a sentence, and then I want you to give me the homograph that is its opposite. So, for example, if I say I am going bird watching later this afternoon, the homograph is watch. Can you tell me what the other homograph for watch is?
The one you wear?
Yes, the one you wear. Now, I am going to baseball practice, so I need to bring my bat. The homograph is bat. Can you tell me another homograph?
The animal?
Yes, the bat that flies. Good job. Now, I think I am going to go sit down at a bar. The homograph in question is bar. What is the other homograph that can also mean bar?
Candy bar?
Yes, a candy bar. Good job. Now, I left my house last night to go to the airport. I left my house last night to go to the airport. What is the other homograph for left?
Direction?
Yes, the left that tells you direction. Good job. Now I would like to switch roles, and I would like you to give me a sentence for the homograph bat. And I will tell you what the opposite homograph is. You can take your time, and if you remember, just breathe, and you can begin when you feel comfortable to.
The way bats navigate is using echolocation.
Nice. Bats. So then I will say the other homograph is a baseball bat. Great sentence. Now, can you give me a homograph for left?
To get to the store, you need to make 2 lefts.
Yes, so I need to make 2 lefts. Good job. And I left my house in such a hurry that I forgot my homework. Could you give me a homograph for watch?
I love the new Dior watch.
Yes, watch like the watch that tells time. Now I will go watch the kids at practice today. Watch like the watch that we see. Now, I'm going to give you a new vocabulary word from the list we looked at last week. The capital of Georgia is Atlanta, and it begins with a capital letter A. What were the 2 homophones that you heard in that sentence?
Capital?
Yes, capital. So one means,
Letter?
yes, one means you capitalize the letter, and the other means,
A city of a state?
yes, a city of a state. But can capitals also be the beginning of something else? Can capitals be an important city besides a state?
Yes.
Yes. Do you remember from our vocabulary list last week? We talked about states and...
No.
Okay. Countries. Countries can also have a capital city. Now, can you provide me with the homograph for capital?
Capital?
Mm-hmm. And you can pick which capital you want to use.
I had to go to Capital One.
Okay, I had to go to capital 1. I will give you the other capital, being that Topeka is the capital of Kansas. Now, like earlier, I was acting out bat and bat, or watch and watch. I would like you to act out homographs, and I will tell you which one they mean. Good job. Okay, so since you fluttered your wings, I'm going to say that is bat, like a bat that flies. And then the other bat would be a baseball bat. Can you give me one for watch? Yes, a watch that tells time. Okay, and then I will give you one. I watched birds last night. Great job, you guys, today on our homographs. And next week, we will pick back up on a new vocabulary list. And I will provide you guys with a vocabulary list from our book that we've been reading, but you do not have to do them for homework. It's just something you might want to do once you wake up in the morning or before you go to bed at night. And I will see you next week.